I can remember hitting a rock and felt my arm break. The next thing I knew, I was at the bottom of the hill, half buried.
Within seconds I was cartwheeling down the slope. I remember bashing my head quite hard, and I screamed out, "Oh no, I'm going to die."
Everybody ready?
People climb mountains because they are there. And whenever people climb mountains, sooner or later, other people have to rescue them. This winter, Inside Tory had unprecedented access to the organisations that make the Scottish Mountain Rescue. 25 civilian teams, 2 teams from the RAF, and helicopters from both the Navy and the Air Force. This is their story.
Freedom, innit? Nobody tell you what to do. Why not? There's no way in North. There's nobody that is. I mean, we don't want to tell it to anybody. We don't want to tell it to anybody. There's no pulse, there's nothing. There's no fumes. It's just pure, innit?
You know, it's only natural that the public are going to be concerned about all these accidents, but I mean, it's a very popular activity. The attraction is, I suppose, pitting yourself against the snow, trying to fall off. It's just good fun.
Initially, I was a sort of bikini woman. I wouldn't do anything unless it was topical. I know there's a lot of satisfaction in this, I think, isn't there?
Worst could happen. Hope the rescue service are there to help you out. But I assume or rely on anything.
The Air Force fly every day anyway. It's irrelevant whether he flies over here to rescue somebody or whether he flies 4 hours in the States just get his hours in. He's fly anyway.
I fly a helicopter worth many millions of pounds with 3 other human lives on it. They are not there solely for mountain rescues.
Every rescue is different. There are the ones that are the genuine accidents. They're always going to happen. There are ones where it had taken what we'd call common sense precautions, so we can actually get to them in plenty of time. We see those basic precautions time and again taken.
On any weekend of the year, as many as 50,000 people will be out on the hills and mountains of Scotland. Climbing is Britain's fastest growing sport.
Right, I got this little video.
On this occasion, the precise location of an accident is known, and none of climbers have been caught in an avalanche. Mountain rescues involve the whole community. With the helicopter on its way, the ground-based team is preparing to pick up extra equipment. They are borrowing a ski resort snowcat. This winter, 64 people have already been caught in Scottish avalanches and 10 of them have died.
I know where to go to get it going.
On the mountain, weather is not as good as they'd hoped.
See if we couldn't take out the video quickly.
In these conditions, even the snowcat can't get any further. The rescuers will have to go the last mile on foot.
To get in contact with them, you'll need to do it near the telephony. Over.
Okay, just keep it fairly tight then when you're going up another way.
Okay, I think the head looks reasonable.
Landing a helicopter in a whiteout blizzard is not an easy operation.
Descend. 2 left. 1 left.
They have managed to get a helicopter very close to the scene and have arrived to meet the ground-based team. 5 climbers have been injured. RAF man McLambert tries to assess the medical priorities. There's a limit at how many casualties a helicopter can hold.
I have a voice-activated radio, which is constant communications with the aircraft captain. I'm directly to the on-scene commander, who happened to be wearing a day-low vest, to find out exactly how many casualties we have. In those conditions, you actually deal with facts that actually come in and actually deal with what you see on site. And it's only afterwards you have time to actually think about the dangers.
We're in the ship for 2 hours, I think, in total. And long before the helicopter arrived, I'd sort of given up fighting for myself and let the rescuers do that job for me. There were a lot of people around helping. They covered me with jackets and bib bags and so on to keep me warm. And I was sort of lying back. When the helicopter came in, I was fairly unaware of it, really.
She started to drive 45 minutes. These casualties, some of them buried quite deep into the snow. And compounded with injuries, it took quite a long time for the mountain rescue team, who were on scene, plus the crew from my aircraft, trying to get in there, get the casualties out, and get them to stretchers.
Philip Burt was the first of the casualties to be stretchered away. He had a broken leg and fractured wrist. Visibility is now so bad that if it weren't for the noise of the engine, the team might not have even found the helicopter.
Two of them are missionaries, and we need to evacuate by stretching the rainbow, and there are other two with big injuries.
Time is of the essence. Evening is approaching and the temperature is falling fast. Visibility is getting even worse and snow getting deeper.
At that point I didn't realise my leg was broken. It was under about 1.5 feet snow. I think most people think of snow as being very soft and fluffy. This is like wet concrete on top of your legs. It's not something you can just stick with your hand. So they had to get me out, which took about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour to get my legs. And at that point they realised that my leg was broken. Well, this was my ankle. The cold was terrible. I was just so relieved. It was like a dream. I just was lying there in the stretcher thinking, is this happened to me? You know, it was so quick. It was like I was looking down at myself thinking, you know, I could be here. I had a broken leg, broken arms in an avalanche. So just a day out in the hills.
Very once we out to off-six, all my countries are aboard you 137, down to report of them.
That's all 5 casualties away in helicopter.
Casualties on the hill, over.
Oh, we had one casualty initially, and a further 4. They were reported later on avalanche Goats Gully. All 5 casualties just been helicoptered off.
Well, I think first went earlier. I think there seems to be fighting next to the one. But our guys have obviously got them to the helicopter and they're away.
One off the mountain, there's still a 30-mile journey to the nearest hospital in Inverness. The avalanche victims are now safe, but the rescue team still have to make the perilous way back down the avalanche-prone mountain on foot.
At the time we were descending the gully, I could see it was avalanche-prone. I was very frightened, but I had to make a decision whether to retreat back up the slope and try and cross the cairngorms plateau in gale force winds, which were so strong I could barely stand up, and in whiteout conditions where I could hardly see. Whether to continue down the gully and chance my luck.
It wasn't until we started descending that we realised it could have been a mistake, but that's not something we could have sort of foreseen at the time.
There were many press reports and papers all around the country, and many of them described us as idiots and told us we were grossly stupid.
Certainly the articles indicate that we're just a bunch of idiots going into the hills. We knew the conditions were going to be bad, and it went so far as to say that people were still heading out into the hills as avalanches were falling all around them, which was complete nonsense.
On the day itself, we heard nothing of the avalanche warning that the press had told us that we'd ignored. We'd not heard of the coming avalanche conditions. And we'd made our own decisions based on our own knowledge.
This is BBC Radio Scotland, the UK national station of the air. Inverness, 5 people have been treated in hospital after being caught in an avalanche in the cairngorms. Surgery underway in Glencoe for a single walker who has been reported overdue. David Emerson reports.
Mountain rescue teams in Glencoe are being helped in the search for an overdue walker.
In the Scottish hills and mountains, the situation can change rapidly and unpredictably. A hill walker has gone missing in an area some 100 square miles, and nobody knows where he is. This is a mountain rescue nightmare. In fact, it's already the second day of the search, and 5 rescue teams are involved, including one from RAF Kinloss.
The same team will come in, it's been a practice search. Well, they want a lot of people to flood the area fairly quickly. They'll go to police. Police go to our control centre, Trevi, and then they'll call us. So yes, we may come there half a day later.
These hills look deceptively simple, often attract experienced walkers. Around here, any hill more than 3,000 feet is known as a Munro. Some walkers try to climb or bag as many Munros as they can in a day. If you get lost out here, you're almost impossible to find, but the search goes on.
Well, there's a guy missing, suggested there's a fair big area got into it. It's going to back to Munro, and there's loads of escape routes off, and there's loads of cars who've fallen or walking in. So, fairly tough.
The weather's absolutely just high winds, blizzards, fairly big a lot. But if the chance of getting something out alive, like the initial days, so day 1 or 2, with possibly a good possibility of them being alive, then we'll go out in more conditions, as if you can still operate in those conditions, to try and get them off the hill. But this mice as part of you trying to clear a fairly big glen, so it's very hard going.
Progressively, the rescuers cover higher and higher ground.
It took about 3 or 4 hours to clear as best we could in the new conditions. Within for the small glen that came off that glen, and on a fairly dangerous slope. Then one of the guys who was clearing a ridge, he swatted a body, and we went pell-mell for that.
But there was nobody, and the day ends with no sign of climber who has now been missing for 48 hours. In deteriorating conditions, orange flares are used to guide a helicopter and get the rescuers safely off hills. The missing walker has now been named. He's Alan Sands, a man in his 20s from Glasgow.
Down 3 on the hill, down 2.
They are widening search, and the helicopter is planning to take a team to a remote part of mountainside.
Okay, you want 6 to left?
Yeah.
Oh, it is not divided, but
Good. If you descended here, probably over the thing, down blasting air, so very gentle. Very gentle. 9%, and that's what's going to happen. I'd push your height. I'd move left. Height good. Stay. 2 1 height. That's good. Steady. 8%. Stay. Okay. Guys on the ground. Okay. Yeah. Looking out. Height good. That is good. Height good. Another fast but it's considerable. Yeah, how good.
Rescuers reach the higher ground, but even so, day search ends in failure. It's not until the morning of the 4th day that Alan Sands is finally found.
Hello again. Alan Sands, the hill walker who's been missing in Glencoe since Friday, has been found dead. Rescue teams had resumed their search this morning, concentrating on a specific area after word of a possible sighting. Richard Sands, who was 24, worked as a bookshop manager in Glasgow. Last night, the body of another climber, Martin Rayner from Worcestershire, was brought down off in there.
Mountain rescue teams are normally local men who are themselves dedicated climbers.
The team itself is a club. I mean, we're all walking climbers. We get on well together, we've got a common interest. And in a sense, some of the chaps in the team, the mountain rescue side of it is just something that the club does.
2 main things we're going to do at this location. One is we're going to practice the avalanche transceivers, and Willie Ross is going to take group doing that. Eric's going to do avalanche probing.
If you live in an area in the Highlands which is popular for mountaineers and can cause problems, then it would seem just the most humane thing to do to have a rescue team to go to their aid. There's a chap who lives in my village, and he often says, well, why should you go out and risk your life for someone who's lost or injured? And you explain to him, well, it's not really like that. I said, it was never in any danger. A week later, there's another rescue. It's not fair. Why should you go out and risk your life? You know, and I've told him, it's not like that.
Everybody likes a good story, with heroes, the rescuers, and villains, the foolhardy climbers. And wherever there's a good story, there's always temptation to exaggerate.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. In fact, everything that's in it about the cost is, in my opinion, a myth. The cost of 9.3 million doesn't exist.
They said they had Nimrod aircraft set aside to take care of communications on mountain rescue. I had to laugh. I mean, I personally carried our communications. It comes in a plastic tray and we put it in the back of the Land Rover.
The police budget in the Northern Constabulary for last year was something like £50,000, which covered the 8 mountain rescue teams in the Northern Constabulary area. That's £50,000 for 8 teams, and they possibly are doing 300 rescues, so that the actual cost is really quite negligible.
My personal expenses last year were £20. That's what I claim back from the police for loss of petrol things. So where these figures come from, I don't know, but people should need to answer for that. It's bad journalism, and it's grossly misleading the public.
Okay, looking at the red now. Goes through Fiddle Ledge on the left-hand side. I don't look at all this, like every problem we work through,
But mountain rescue teams do sometimes risk their lives. This will be one of those times. There's been a serious accident on Loch Nagar. Loch Nagar is an isolated mountain 6 miles south of Balmoral. It has challenging climbs much loved by experienced mountaineers. Now one of them, Roger Tippendale, had a freak accident and fallen some 200 feet onto an inaccessible snow ledge. Roger is a well-known climber and a personal friend of many of the rescuers. The plan is that one team from Braemar should head for the summit plateau and try to reach the climber from there. At the same time, another team will walk into the quarry beneath, in case the only way to get them out is to stretch them down the mountain.
As we walked up towards the quarry, it looked very good. I mean, things were quite hopeful. Apart from the fact it was hard going because of the snow, it was moonlit. We were sheltered from the wind by the mountain itself, so the night itself thought we'll probably have off within 2 or 3 hours, which would have been excellent. Obviously, I didn't know at that point what the conditions were like on top.
I suggest maybe want to go now. I don't think we can have them up there at all. Do they want to stay here?
Given the weather and the inaccessibility of fallen climber, they decide not to use the helicopter.
Now off. Yes, you are. Off and out.
How many videos have got issued? Yes. Okay. Everybody can now stand either. Yeah. All we know is that the guy 2 feet from the top couple feet, back up, feet up, back up, Venus in 3 o'clock, now after 9.
Okay, yeah, good afternoon. Can you phone contact with the phone number 0831?
Technically, the police are in charge of mountain rescues. In this case, given the geography of the mountain, direct radio communication between the teams is increasingly difficult. So they have to use mobile phones to relay messages to each other via the local police station in the valley below. Already, the rescue is beginning to look more difficult than first appeared.
As soon as we started to gain more height, the wind increased with every step we took. Heavy snow showers coming down, which created blizzard conditions. When we did get up to the first part of the plateau, about 3,000 feet, and we were struck by gale force winds. We were hardly able to leave our feet. Obviously very dark, but coupled with the blizzard, navigation was impossible. As soon as you tried to look into the snow, your eye, face became plastered in snow. You couldn't read the compass. Even with goggles on, they become completely plastered in snow. You just couldn't see, like heavy, and just no way we could function in that sort of environment.
Communications weren't that good already at the time, which they had to call the police station to call back to Graham. So when we arrived in the country, we weren't aware at that point they'd had to turn back. So basically we just bivvied down. We got big nylon loop shelters, so the group was sat in those in an area we considered to be as safe as possible.
What's actually happening at the moment, then, do you think? What's the plan?
Well, the party with team leader, they got the shoulder on the right, across the top of the top of us. And they've got the stretcher, the rope, and hopefully they're going to sit on top of it. Lower one of our men down to casualty, and then they'll assess how he is, what we're going to do from there. I would think they'll probably attach him to the rope, maybe lower him down to us. We'll wake the boss and pick up his stretcher him out from there, depending on how he is.
The climbing partner is told thanks to a broken bones lower leg. He made a broken femur in his upper leg, which is obviously a more serious injury. But they just have to wait for one of the team members to talk it to the casualty assist. That's his condition.
How long is he now on the mountain?
Well, no, usually 11, 12 o'clock. Happens to be quite a while. Once that realised that the top gets sorted out, I probably be at least an hour before they can move it. Although we're working in reasonably warm heat, if you're stuck further up, there's maybe not much to think. And having sustained an injury as well. normally 20 people from the police team from Granting combined with some of the Mar team. The Aberdeen team is set off as well. That's the understand it's now.
Fairly a month and a half, those up off already. So we're depending on the Aberdeen team coming into Corrie as well. And then we want 20 of us there. Aaron's just right.
Right.
1.5.
As the weather gets worse and worse, the low team are in danger from avalanches from above. They have no option but to retreat to the safety of a nearby snowcat. Roger Chippendale is an experienced climber and should know how best to survive these conditions. He's been trapped on his ledge for 12 hours now, and he may have internal injuries.
Intention is that we can pull back 13th of land drive and us this wait here till first light and another look condition again and see what we can from there.
How are things outside?
Wild at the moment, it's getting worse. The winds are getting stronger and more snow.
Are they avalanche conditions like?
As we stand there, bivvy by the deer avalanche is breaking off, so with the wet snow now, it's getting up about it all the world and it will start falling. Back to rescue. Hey, look, I got it at the moment. I'm going to be given a weather forecast from now until morning, and I'm through tomorrow as well too.
It's a bitterly frustrating time. Chippendale is a colleague and fellow climber. They are desperate to continue the search, if it is at all possible.
Right, hello. Right, very thin. Right, this is your name. Around 100 knots, not the kilometres.
But it doesn't look as if it will be possible to continue the search tonight.
Have you any idea of the sort of time that it's expected to drop? Going through more afternoon. We're above 700 metres at the moment, and it's been snowing slowly, in heavy showers, and then the period in between. Then seemingly we do. Okay, thanks a lot. Cheers, bye. Things well points next here. Basically, what happens is everything. There's not going to be any improvement with the left block this day. Tomorrow, it's 130 knots as per cairngorms at the moment. It seems slow, it will start to fly out there by morning.
The decision is made to go back down the mountain.
It was probably the hardest decision I've had to make out on the hills, because I knew that time was of the essence, and if we were going to retreat off the mountain, we were going to lose an awful lot of time. And everything telling you must go on, but when you face reality, you know that the team member couldn't possibly have survived, and I was going to put a lot of men's lives in very real danger.
However tired they may be, turning back now inevitably feels like desertion.
With more than 100 miles an hour preventing rescuers from reaching an injured climber who spent all night on a cliff ledge 200 feet below the summit of Lochagar. Crockett reports.
Roger Chippendale from Avior is thought to have suffered multiple leg injuries after falling yesterday from the paddle of bead across Lochagar. Rescue helicopters standing by in nearby village Ballater, but no one knows what condition the injured climber is in after a night in the mountain.
In the morning, a somewhat desperate attempt to remount the rescue has been beaten back by the weather.
But my thinking is that there's nothing we can do, it's just keeping it in. I don't see that being the case, but the weather's under fire on the it's still a problem. I don't see that being a problem. And my thinking, I need to come with this, but the thinking is the time it's going to take for the RT, assuming we get to where the guy is, by the time they get him up the hill, probably about Trans-Ham Mossy.
By midday, there has been some improvement. Eager to regain lost time, they decide to use a helicopter to try and get some of the rescuers higher up the mountain.
It is. Different.
His client partner described to us how they had spoken to each other, and how Roger had said he was going to dig himself into the snow for protection. We knew he was experienced, and we felt, yeah, there was a chance because the snow base to fall into had a good accumulation of snow, and had he been able to dig in, would have had him shelter, so we were very optimistic that he was still alive.
For the first time since the operation began, the rescuers are in sight of their goal.
After I watched the weather for 3 hours, I realised the wind was easing very slightly and decided to go again. When we got to the lip of the first summit, the wind accelerated over the lip of the mountains coming across the plateau, speeds in excess of 130 miles per hour, and blowing snow at the same time. And it's ferocious. I said to the men that if we could get to the top, then we would start to set up the rescue. I felt that we couldn't go any longer, we would leave everything off, and there was a first team coming right behind us, and it wouldn't be lost.
Despite the high winds, the helicopter manages to land some rescuers not too far from the summit. Everything is finally in place. One team is at the summit, 200 feet above the injured climber. The other team is below, waiting to receive him. There are now 68 people involved in the rescue attempt.
You've got a mile of cliff in a big semicircle, and from above it all it's exactly the same. There's no distinguishing features. We've got huge cornices that build of snow top of the cliff. We're hanging, so we've one team member out on the end of a rope, and he's basically trying to peer over the edge of the cornice, which could collapse him at any time. The danger of his life, you've also the danger of the cargo underneath, because if you set a corner down on top of him, then you're reducing his chances. So it's very difficult to try and find the exact spot, because when you lower a rope over the cliff edge, you can't say, oh, you need to go 3 feet to the left, 3 feet to the right. It has to be exact in the right place, and that took quite some time to actually locate the exact spot to put the rope over.
Mostly helped us, I think, at the bottom, because of the binoculars. They were in a position at that point to talk with the guy getting lowered over, and the first time he appeared was maybe 200 metres to the right of the time that Mr. Chippendale was actually on. So without we were able to direct him to move further around, but each time he has moved back, the relay had to be moved, the whole team has to be moved across, so it takes a long time. And he appeared maybe 100 yards from it, and then the other side, and then eventually fought off the climb. You can actually see Mr. Chippendale through the binoculars, and of course we're unsure whether he was alive or not. So I mean, when you say you've seen him, everybody perked up. At that point you're still hoping he's managed to hold on, and you can actually sense the eagerness of the teams that were there.
At this critical moment, the weather has become marginally clearer. It's the team's first lucky break. It may not last for long. It is now nearly 24 hours since Roger Chippendale fell, but the teams cannot allow their eagerness to compromise care with which they must prepare the final stage.
Next step to get a hand over the edge of the cliff, the end of a rope, and lower him down to the casualty, and to find out the condition and what was necessary next. So the member was lower over the edge on 800 metre rope, and he went in about 300, and we were getting radio messages back up from him, and from above he was wondering if the casualty was alive. He was seeing a response. There the doctor team was standing by with the stretcher, and he was just ready to go over the edge with the stretcher, and the plan was to get Roy onto the stretcher down to team waiting below. Then we did it alongside him. He eventually came back onto the radio and said there was no signs of life. At that stage, I think morale dropped again, and these fluctuations of moods, it's easy to see on the summit. Everyone is so exhausted and feeling shocked very quickly. It was easy to see that everyone on the top, devastated to find that having put that effort in, they were too late. You can't help feeling, why couldn't we have got here earlier? Why didn't we get here last night? And these thoughts are through everyone's mind. That particular night, 25-26 hours, was probably the hardest time I've spent, both weather-wise and decision-wise. I knew that the ultimate decision was mine to go back, run back the night before, and feeling, was it the right decision? Could I have done something else? It was a very, very difficult decision to make, but I still feel it was the right decision to make at the time. It should inspect, you think, it could have been me. We were climbing on the cliff face the week before on similar claims, and you look back on that and think, well, why did I get off it? Why did I manage to succeed?
But the job must be completed, and team return joyless, carrying only the dead body of the man they had fought for 24 hours to save.
10 o'clock, Radio Scotland News with Graham Edson. 2 climbers who fell 200 feet of mountain in the Lochab area have been successfully rescued. The climbers fell
Last week's failure is followed by this week's success. And almost certainly, this success will be followed by further failures. For climbing is dangerous as well as popular. And as long as there are climbers, there'll be men and women ready and willing, if not always able, to rescue them.
Next week, Inside Story follows Scotland Yard's art squad across the globe on the trail of priceless stolen paintings